Hi everyone! You won't believe this, but I know who abstracts next in the digital circus. Honestly, I didn't expect this myself, but first things, subscribe to the channel, put a like, and after watching the video, write a comment. Let's go! But before we start reasoning, let's understand what abstraction is. Abstraction is the process that characters undergo when they are caught in a marvelous digital circus and their psychological state is completely destroyed. According to Gooseworks, abstraction cannot be undone. In abstraction, the characters seem as if they have no intelligence. They are ready to crash everything and attack living characters. In short, they lose their personality. So we've learned what abstraction is. Now let's find out what can disturb the psychological state of the character in the digital circus. After all, according to many people, everything is very happy and cheerful there. I hasten to disappoint you because it is not so. Let's take a single example of Kaufmo. He was a clown, and if we look at his picture, we can see that he was a kind clown who amused the inhabitants of the digital circus. He tried not to let anyone get bored, but over time, his jokes became unfunny. No matter how hard he tried to cheer everyone up, no one laughed at his jokes, and if anyone laughed, they pretended to make Kaufmo get behind them. For example, Ragatha, who said that they did not get along because she fake laughed at his jokes.
I know we didn't always get along, like when you called me out for fake laughing at your jokes. I swear I really did think they were funny. I was just having a bit of a bad...
Now we realize that Kaufmo was most likely worried and his nerves couldn't take it. Eventually, he decided to escape from the digital circus and find a way out. This can be confirmed by Kinger.
I think Kaufmo's gone insane. Last time I spoke with him, he was rambling endlessly about some exit.
As a result, Kaufmo became abstracted and turned from an ordinary good clown into a four-legged creature with many colorful eyes, and his body constantly shifting in different directions. In addition to Kaufmo's, we have 8 other characters whose room doors have been crossed out. The information we have about them is scanty, so we can conclude that all these characters have been abstracted and have been locked up in a prison for abstracted characters. Now let us speculate who will be the next character to be abstracted. Kinger. Kinger is one of the oldest characters in the digital circus, who has outlived many characters and has been able to adapt to the realities of the digital circus. Let's go back to the photo with the characters crossed out, and there's a chess piece that looks like Kinger. And most likely it was his wife who couldn't survive being in the digital circus and abstracted, and most likely Kinger looking at his eyes, and character looks very nervous. But despite that, he has survived many, so he's managed to adapt and has started to forget what happened earlier. Let's just say he doesn't hold bad thoughts for long, so I don't think he'll be the next one to abstract. Gangle. Gangle is an unstable character. Look at her. We haven't seen her happy in the entire series. It's disturbing to me, especially the way she is bullied by Jax. Here are a few examples.
Whoa!
First. No, wait, why would I say that? So, Caine, we have an...
I think if she starts thinking too much about how everyone else is bullying her for being a crybaby, at some point her nerves won't hold up and she'll start going crazy to teach them a lesson. Jax. Watching Jax, you can tell that compared to the other characters, he is psychologically balanced. He absolutely behaves calmly everywhere. Most likely, he has realized that if he starts to get worried and sad, he will be abstracted. And I have a theory that he knows more than others. What exactly does he know? He probably knows something about abstraction and has a plan. There's a reason he's been messing with Gangle. He probably wants her gone. But in the next episode, he won't be abstracted. He will most likely be abstracted at the end, because he can be considered the main character, and his fans will not be happy. But beyond that, I believe that behind Jax's awesomeness is an insecure boy who has psychological traumas. I think everyone has had someone like that who hurt everyone, but was a wimp on the inside. That's Jax. Zooble. We have Zooble next. She has a complex personality. She's grouchy, rude, irritable. She doesn't like the place she's in. Her character is like that because she leaves the place. That's why I want to put her as the main contender for abstraction in episode 2. Although originally it said it was abstracted. There's a possibility that it's nagging because she's undecided about gender, because we can't tell if it's female or male by looking at it. This was confirmed by Gooseworks, by the way, that she doesn't know who Zooble is. Perhaps her uncertainty will piss her off and she will abstract. Ragatha. Pomni's friend is the most optimistic and kind character in the digital circus. Even the thought arises that she has long ago accepted where the exit is, and thus decided to live in her own pleasure, to be joyful and not worry about anything. But at times she becomes nervous and anxious. Most likely she tries to hide all her worries so that others do not see it. As she said herself, their rooms exist to be alone with herself. It turns out that in her room she is sad and worried, but outside the room she is cheerful and cheerful. By the way, she was abstracted, but it was stage 1 abstraction. Fortunately, Caine was able to cure her, because in the early stages, abstraction can be cured. It's like real diseases. If you don't treat it, it will be difficult or even impossible to cure. But at least he cured it. But the residue remained. So hopefully, Ragatha will forget it like a bad dream. Pomni. From the first seconds of being in the circus, Pomni was very nervous because she doesn't know who she is or where she is. Of course, Pomni is the main character, and it would be silly for the creators to remove the character so early. But still, this isn't exactly a children's series, so the ending could be sad. After all, she will want to find a way out like Kaufmo did, who ended up abstracted. I think she will be abstracted the very last one. Most likely, Ragatha will support her to the last until she abstracts herself. That's my little theory. Caine and Bubble. Caine is the most important person in the digital circus, and he definitely can't abstract. I will also bring up another fact, that Caine is an artificial intelligence. Also, I think that Caine doesn't want to tell anyone the truth about the exit, because if everyone leaves, he will be alone. And Bubble is a regular NPS, and he won't be able to abstract himself. Although, if you look at the glowing queen, she could be considered an NPC, but with Kaufmo infecting her. Write in the comments what you consider Bubble and the glowing queen to be. That's all for now, dear friends. Here we are, speculating about those characters who abstracts next. My conclusion is that Gangle will be next. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Also, if you like my other videos, subscribe to the channel, give a like, and click on the bell to not miss new videos. Bye, everybody.